He damn near smoked you. We see it on Twitter. It's your boy James. Trust the process. Oh my God. I want to just talk about protecting your peace. And sometimes it's not easy to protect your peace. Sometimes we have to go through those hard times in order to appreciate the good times. Die being dirty. It's your boy Jims with the Stop Being Dirty. Stop eating dirty. Trust the process. Protect your peace. The link is in the bio for order merchandise. Thank you everybody who's subscribing to the channel. For some reason you see the like button is disabled right now, or the dislike button is disabled. I didn't do that on purpose. I'm gonna try to fix that tonight. But when I went to do the super chat, like turn the super chat on, that's the first time I ever even went into that programming area in the YouTube, like dead ass serious. The only time I ever been there is when I first monetized my channel like over a year ago, and then that. So I must have clicked something. If anybody actually wants to save me some time, write in the comments, how do I enable the dislikes again? Because it's all good, you know. I love the likes more than anything because it shows the support, but the dislikes those are the most humorous ones, because it's literally the people who watch you, sit there and watch you, to say who dislike you. How you watch someone you don't like. The big stages is back. Did I mention that I'm in the car with my sleeping kids, and that's why I can't go too crazy right now? But yo, the big stages are back. Let's talk about it. So first of all, we already seen glimpses of the big stages being back with the whole RBE, the max out card. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that card was elevated even more because it was in a big room. Everyone's excited. But I actually think the first card to do the big stages against Salute, to Bullpen, I believe it was Jar Jar versus Ace Amin. Dope battle and shit. I wonder what it's like to battle Ace when he's on fire. Probably a tough battle for some. I wouldn't know. So yeah, man, the big stages are coming back. Not only that, Sue Surf, and this second part of this blog is about Sue Surf, so let's tie him in now a little bit. He tweeted, y'all better be careful, watch who you're talking to, because the big stage is coming back. Meaning Sue Surf feels like he's a better big stage battler than a small room. I agree, and I honestly never really realized how much different it truly is. You have to understand that even in the small room setting that I was battling in, that wasn't any fans there. There wasn't no fans there. It was literally people's entourages. That's all it was. It was basically a stage full of friends and entourages. You know what I mean? And like, when you have that kind of diversity on those stages, it's not so, the reactions ain't really too crazy because everyone knows each other there. Everyone's friends in there. You know what I'm saying? So if they automatically more friends with this person on the right side of the stage than they are the left side, like, it's gonna look crazy as far as there's lack of reaction and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Even myself, like, you know, I feel like you're lucky in a small room for two things. Number one, if your pen is extremely crazy because everybody can hear you. And also, I think jokes, man. You know, I'm always going to be, people love to laugh. And even if you dislike someone or like you're rooting for the other team, like it's easy to hear a hot bar and just keep your straight face and be like, that was fire, and turn away. But a laugh is like, you know what I'm saying? I even had Ace laughing during my rounds. People just love to laugh. So that's something I always do. But I tie that into saying this. Bro, I'm telling you right now, a lot of these dudes is not going to make it on the big stage. It's not. Some people are meant for those big crowds. Some people are not. The Sue Surfs of the world will shine better in a big crowd. Straight up. B-Dot's best performances came from literally no crowd. Like, him in the Saga was OD classic. Salute to the Saga and the run that he's on. That man's been trying to make up for, you know, his lackluster performances, those chokes he did back to back and shit like that. And he, you know, show him some love, man. He's trying his best to make his way back up. I mean, the dude had like 10 battles off of URL after those mistakes. You know, people are like, oh, but he fucks up when it counts. Not really. He fucked up a few times that it counted, but he don't always fuck it up when it counts. There's a big reason. I mean, there's a big difference between that, so just chill out with that. But yeah, man, like the B-Dots, I'm curious to see, like, can B-Dot beat Loaded Lux on a big stage? How to get the feel. How to get the feel. Daylight's best battle of his career came from being in a small room. From being in a small, I gotta get this lock fixed, man. This shit coming off is like so irritating. For being in a small room. Daylight's been in the game for a decade. Why? Tay Rock's career started going down when it became the small rooms. These are facts. I'm subscribed to the channel and tell me where I'm lying. Tay Rock's career didn't start going down in the small rooms. Now, there's people who could do both. Look at Geechee Gotti. But you're talking about, look at the example I just gave. Geechee Gotti, the face of battle rap right now. Rum Nitty, the most unstoppable. You have those freaking God MCs that could just do it in any circumstance, and you might, as a fan, be like, yo, you all should be able to do that. No, it doesn't work that way, buddy. It doesn't work that way. There's some people that adapts better to bigger crowds, some people that adapt better to the smaller crowds. It just what it is. I've been in all crowds, and I honestly say I miss the big stages. I'm not saying anything about my battle shit. I just wasn't what I was supposed to be. So big stage or small stage, you know what I'm saying? I probably would have not looked so good in that battle I just had, just because of whatever, no excuses. I just wasn't what I was supposed to be. But I'm just saying, if I had a preference, I'd definitely pick the bigger stage. It's funny talking to a broader audience and shit like that, people who are into different things. If you that's another thing, the crowd that's there, it's like, if they all like just street rhymes, they don't give a shit about your jokes or like your something like that. And I ain't talking about me no more. I'm just talking about in general, right? Or if there's a crowd with all people who love writers, and you're over there as like a punchliner or a scheme, like like those crowds that are in these small rooms are specific. They have their specific likes and shit like that. Whereas when you have a huge crowd, you know what I'm saying? Even the basic bar guys shine better in a huge crowd, because you have like that drunken girl in there that just like, oh, I understood that, because the line was just able to catch it right there, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to make a list for me, because I'm not gonna do the list. I can't really think right now. Who do you think is not gonna be able to adapt? Like, who is fire right now in a small room that is not gonna be fire on the big stage? Who? Because there's definitely plenty. There's also dudes that are so fire, you're curious. Like, yo, Real Sick, he's one of my favorites, but I've never seen him in front of a big crowd. Will his shit land the same? I think it will. But I'm just saying, it's something we have now, remains to be seen, like fossils in museums, like whatever the fuck Mook said. Murder Mook versus Averb. But then you put him in a room with zero crowd, just smack. Incredible performance. Who's gonna be able to survive in the big room that has made a name for them right now in a small room? I mean, we don't have to talk about there's obvious people that has catapulted their career. Chilla Jones, B-Dot, these obvious people that have catapulted their career being in a small room. Meaning they were already fire, but it made them more fire, put them on a different level. You actually started noticing them. Who's gonna be able to do, who are they gonna be down now? Are they gonna be able to still maintain the fan base that they have brought, you know? Let's get into this. The first glimpse of URL having a crowd back. Gnome, there's 10 battles on Gnome. That's 20 rappers right there, all with a +1. So that's 20 plus 20? 20 plus 20? Yeah, 20 rappers, all with a +1. 40. Is that right? Why does my math seem so trash right now? If there's 20 people and everybody gets one person, that's another 20. All right, there you go. So 40 people. So you have what you call it? 20 battlers, all with a +1. You know what I'm saying? So that's an extra 20 people. That's 40 people already in there. You know what I'm saying? 40 people already in the room. So it's like, you know, that alone is gonna be 40 people. You know how long it's been since 40 people been in a room? And then you have the norms that they let in, the staff and little shit like that. But just having 40 people's more of a crowd than they've had in a really, really long time. So that's gonna be their first glimpse of having like a crowd again, and I'm guarantee Nome is gonna be fired just off of that alone, bruh. Just off of that alone, bruh. It's gonna be lit. So what you call it? So that's definitely gonna be a good look for Nome. So the crowds are coming back again. The question is, who's gonna be able to survive in these big crowds that's been killing now, or who's been killing now that's not going to be able to survive in a big room, or who's been not doing well now in small rooms that's going to be able to shine again in big rooms, such as a Tay Rock, such as a Sue Surf. Those are my two off the, you know what I'm saying? This next part though, Sue Surf says he'll battle Cortez for 100 grand. Sue Surf wants 100,000 for that battle. I'll tell you this. First, you know, there was a time I might have had a different opinion on this. But being in the caffeine setting, rubbing shoulders with certain people, seeing the business, hey, all I'm going to say is this. If you can get 100,000, go for it, man. Go for it. Same thing with Cortez. Same for if y'all can get the most from this entity that is running URL now or teamed up with URL now, go for it. But let's talk reality as well. Sue Surf, you sound like you're trying to price yourself out in order to not take this battle, which also would make sense because it's a battle that he didn't want. He was going to take Cortez if Cortez won the tournament, which is pretty honorable of Surf, who talks so much shit about Cortez for so many years. Every time you see him, to be like, yeah, I'll give him a shot if you win the tournament, because that's like, all right, son, like, I might not like you, but that was fire. You just won the tournament for 100K. But now here's Surf's excuse to not battle him. Cortez didn't win the tournament, he got eliminated, and now it's like, oh, all right, if you still want the battle, speaking of, let's just say 100K was on our mind already. If you win the tournament, I want to battle you. Oh, I'll do it for 100K. That's kind of like, come on, bro, that ain't no 100. No, you know what I'm saying? But do y'all want to see Surf come back and battle? Is Surf saying a number that he knows he won't get to come back and battle? Would you want to see Surf against if he came back and battle? Is it Cortez? You know what I'm saying? If it's down to Cortez or John, I definitely think the Cortez battle will be a little more entertaining. I like they have more of a backstory. I think it'll be a doper battle. I mean, I personally do want to see Surf again. I know the lackluster performances and only coming with 2 rounds and shit like that. He's extremely dirty when it comes to that. But if he came with 3 rounds and the way he's able to have moments in battles the way he does, because he's known for his moments in his career. I'm sorry, I've been up since 5 in the morning. It's been a long day for me. Pardon the yawns and all that. And also something about the rain just gets you hella sleepy, and like I have to be turned down now because of my baby. It's like a whole mixture of why I'm sleepy right now. Who gives a shit while you're sleepy? Go take a nap. So anywho, man, so yeah, so what do y'all think about Cortez? Sue Surf asked for 100K for Cortez. Is he just scared so he's giving a number he know he can't get? Or is he giving a number that is the number that he's willing to come back to battle rap for? Like, is Surf willing to take someone outside of Cortez for less than 100K? Or does Sue Surf just want 100K to come back to battle rap? That's something to think about as well, because it did kind of seem that way. So what do y'all think about that? And what do you think about this, the crowds coming back? Who's gonna be able to survive in the crowd that wasn't surviving in the small room? Who's not gonna be able to survive in the crowd that was killing in the small room? It's definitely some good questions for y'all. Write in the comments, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna try to fix the dislike button for my biggest fans out there, okay, the haters. Keep on hating, we gonna keep on winning. I'm gonna keep on grinning. Y'all heard the new DMX album, which I think about it. Heard it today in the gym. I liked a few tracks, you know what I'm saying? I liked a few tracks. I heard some people not saying the best things about it. I don't think it was the worst album. I don't think it was his best album, but it was good to hear some new DMX shit. I'll tell you that much. Rest in peace, the dog. Rest in peace, the dog. But, yeah, man. Protect your peace. Trust the process. Being dirty.